Hey guys, welcome back to the Sales Pro. My name is Carson Cook, and today, guys, we're going to talk about a management technique that's actually going to trickle down and help you as a sales representative or as a national accounts director or a manager. If you're a manager in sales, and it's an idea in every aspect of sales, whether you're a recruiter to insurance, car sales, doesn't matter what it is, guys, but it's the idea around the fact that in sales, if it's the right sales organization, if they have the right procedures put in place, if you're building a sales organization, or if you're working within the industry of sales, is that effort and activity always beats out talent. Now, what do I mean by that? You can have an individual that's very talented, okay, and you see this on the baseball field, you see this in pro sports, and you're sitting there watching the game, and you're like, man, these guys are just naturally born talented. They're talented, they're natural born. That's not the case. They've put in 10,000 hours of work to put on that performance for you behind the scenes. So you got to understand is that when you meet a talented individual in sales, usually they have a track record, they've been places, they've had experience. That's the stuff that you don't get to see. What you get to see is the training in the sale. If they have a recorded sale, or you get to hear the trainer speak, that's all you get to see. What you don't get to see is their failures and their work ethic that they put behind this. And for those most of the time, those first performers, those top 1% that close 90% of the deals in sales organizations, okay, put in a lot of time and a lot of effort studying sales, reading books, getting better, self-improvement, entrepreneurialism, communication, marketing, all sorts of different things that you don't get to see. So you need to understand is that as a sales rep, what's more important for you? To get that experience, or to just rely on the fact that you have some sort of natural born talent? That's not the case. When you're recruiting someone, it's the same thing. Too often our recruiters come in and they say, Carson, we have this bad salesperson for you. He's amazing, he's awesome, he's badass. He's gonna do really, 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 really well. And the first thing that I say is, well, that's phenomenal. I'm excited to hear about him. Tell me a little bit more, but I look for work ethic, okay? I look for the work ethic on that resume. Okay, how long did they work? Were they in a fancy sales position for years on commission-based or non-commission based salaried? Are they gonna work hard? They might not be a good fit for my organization, okay? Because they'll expect a salary and they'll sit on the and not do anything. That happens, guys. So talent is not necessarily a beacon for success in sales. Sales needs to be an understanding that effort and activity, when you're hiring a manager, when you're hiring a sales rep, will always beat out any sort of past talent. So when we do our recruiting calls, the first call that I do is a personal face-to-face call, and I do this without looking at the resume, okay? And it's very much an individualistic situation. All of our recruiters, they have a first call, a second call, they ask the questions, they do the aptitude test, they do the background check, they do all that. My first interview with them is essentially, hey, my name's Carson, what's going on, how you doing? Yeah, tell me about yourself, let's start there. Well, have you seen my resume? No, I have not. Right? So this is now a situation where it's one-on-one, it's personable, and I ask mainly questions that have to do with work ethic and activity as opposed to their past experience. Okay, after that, then I can take that information, go back and review what they did in the past. I can call them back and have another conversation. I can schedule another interview. But at the end of the day, guys, as a sales rep, you need to understand is that then how does that value for me, Carson? How is that value for me when I go out in the field and I sell deals and I'm selling every single day? Well, the idea behind that is what people are looking at, what your organization is looking at, what your managers are looking at, what your coach is looking at. They are looking at your effort and your activity. They don't care about your talent. They don't care about what you did before in the past. That's all past work. What they're looking at is how well you work, how hard you work, how many questions you ask, what is your activity. So guys, keep that in mind when you're studying, when you're out there in the field, is that again, this goes back to sales, is that it's definitely a communication game, but it's a numbers game. It's a failure game. If you would like that talent, if you'd like the communication techniques, you must put in the effort, you must put in the activity. You must go to the gym for the results. You can't just be expected to be a natural born communicator and perform at the highest level. Because there are people out there that are natural born communicators, just like in professional athletes. They have some God-given talent, but they also work their butt off. They also work their ass off. Okay, so in these three tips, these three techniques, guys, or these three situations are important. First off, you need to understand that effort will always beat activity, effort and activity will always beat talent in an interview. Always beat talent in an interview. Number one, effort and activity will always beat in the field. B2B close, B2B sales, B2C sales, face-to-face sales, whatever it is face-to-face, effort and activity will always beat talent. Okay, and then number three, on the phones. The people that make the most amount of phone calls end up becoming some of the most talented people in our office. Okay, those that only make a few but have a lot of experience on the phone, but they make a few and they're effective, they flatline. okay? But those that hit the phones hard every single day, that have more numbers, they become the most talented professionals that are out there, okay? And some of them are still with us. They're amazing. Okay, so keep that in mind, guys. Effort and activity will always beat talent, okay? It gives you a little bit of hint of what you need to do. Thanks for tuning in to CSO Pro. Rock and roll, guys. My name is Carson Cook, and I will talk to you soon. Carson Cook, back at you again with the CSO Pro. Just wanted to put everything out there, guys. Thanks a lot for tuning into all the videos here on YouTube. I just wanted to point out to you guys real quick, just once again, this book will be going on sale May 1st this year, 2019. So coming up here pretty shortly, guys. And this is the No Shit Sales Journal, a confident, common sense, and practical guide to sales. Basically, your Cliff Note version, okay, that can get you up to speed, guys, and give you a very solid foundation on how to sell. Now, this book, guys, is not just for sales professionals. This book you need to buy and read. It will help your life with your family, your kids, pretty much anyone that you would like to communicate with and become better at communication. Okay, so make sure you go to Amazon, guys, and put in your pre-order right now. We'll include a link below. But this book, guys, is going to be going on sale May 1st. It's also, guys, been featured on the Sales Babble with Pat Helmers. You can tune in to find out a little bit more about the book at salesbabble.com. Very, very, very good podcast. Pat Helmers, guys, is a very standing guy within sales. Very, very, very solid reputation. Amazing podcast with some of the best techniques, communication techniques, tips and tricks for sales. So go to the salesbabble.com. I'll put that link in the description below. But guys, please make sure to pick up your copy on Amazon today. Get one right now. Thanks, guys.